Alrighty, Monday night of NBA playoff action. I didn't get to watch all the full games because they overlapped each other, but you know what? We're going to talk about them all anyway. First game and the most fun game of the night, the Denver Nuggets versus the Los Angeles Lakers. This series was absolutely awesome despite it being a gentleman's sweep. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of exciting game-winning shots, all made by one person, Jamal Murray. But hey, you know what? The series is over now. The Lakers are gone, but let's still try to talk about this game. So I missed like the first quarter and a half of this one because the OKC Pelicans game was so close and I felt the need to watch that one first. But regardless, the Lakers came out in a different game plan than they did last time, which was just concerning to me in itself. We talked about in the last game how I just thought the team was a lot better when they let D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves kind of run the show a little bit more and LeBron was working off ball. Well, LeBron played a great game. Let's get that out of the way. LeBron played a great game. I thought Anthony Davis played really, really hard. There's nobody going to question like the effort of this team. I thought the effort was there the entire time. It's just, it's so weird to me when a team, you know, they win the last game, right? And they go, okay, what did we do well last game? How can we try to build upon that and try to bring that out again to see if the other team counters it? And it just didn't seem like they really did. D'Angelo Russell really never got the chance to get going in this game because he wasn't the primary ball handler at all. There were times where Austin Reeves, it looked like, didn't touch the ball for like 6, 7, 8 possessions at a time, especially in the second half. So I was like, okay, like what's going on here? And not Anthony Davis, but LeBron James looked absolutely spent out there. So I'm like, can we just let him play off ball? Like he can conserve energy this way. You can let D'Lo and Reeves get going a little bit more. It just makes more sense to me. But instead, what they did is they kind of had LeBron be the primary ball handler again. Rui Hachimura operated as more of what LeBron was in Game 4, and then Anthony Davis was out there with a bum shoulder or something. Which let's talk about that really quick. So like, I'm going to guess he got like a stinger or something. Since there's not really an injury report on it, I feel okay just kind of speculating about it, but I'm going to guess he got a stinger. But his arm was just like dangling while he was running out there. And I'm like, why do we have him out here right now then? If he literally just has his arm dangling out there, you don't need to be out there. If you can pick it up. We're either being tough or we're not being tough, right? That's at least my mentality. And I know you could say you don't know how he's feeling or whatever, but it's like, you got to win the game at the end of the day. So if your arm's dangling and you can't play, that's okay. But we need someone in there then that can do that. Like, let's let Jackson Hayes or Christian Wood play, or maybe they go small, something else. But yeah, there was a stretch there where Anthony Davis really just like couldn't even contribute to the team, which was really, really weird. And the Nuggets kind of went on a little run during that time because of course. And Darvin Ham like didn't call a timeout during that whole stretch, and they just kind of kept going at AD and going towards the paint and just kept making shots. And I was just so confused what the Lakers were trying to accomplish by doing this. Like I said, I admire Anthony Davis for trying to be tough, but there's being tough and there's being stupid, and both of those can be true at the exact same time. But yeah, no. Anyway, it was good to see Rui get some opportunity this game. Very, very cool. Again, I wish Reeves and D'Lo could have gotten the ball a little bit more. I thought Taurean Prince was great this whole series. He didn't make a shot this time, but is what it is. Dinwiddie didn't really feel like he was ever out there, but he went 2 for 4, so that's awesome. So the supporting cast of the Lakers didn't really show up this game. I don't think they put him in a great opportunity to succeed, in all honesty, but hey, that's what you get at the end of the day. If I'm the Lakers, I don't see a need to bring Darvin Ham back, in all honesty. Like, I hate to call for a man's job or anything like that, but there was just so many times this year where I was like, bro, what is going on with this team? And I don't think they're going to beat the Nuggets regardless. I think the Nuggets are just a better team, but I don't know. I think something needs to be shaken up. As far as the Nuggets go, then, like, wow, what a team effort, right? Jamal Murray, awesome in this game, right? He took 28 shots, but still 46% from the field, 50% from 3, had 32 points, 7 assists, and then down the stretch, he was just lights out, lights out, lights out. I don't know how many times we can watch guys like, I'm not even going to compare him to anybody, like just insert all-star here, and then Jamal Murray just outperforms all of them in the playoffs, right? It's so interesting to watch, like the attention that we give other people or whatever. Like if this team was in like Los Angeles or something, right? Like how, like would Jamal Murray be an all-star by now is the question at hand. But man, is he just special, man? And his ability to be clutch, and Mike Malone's ability to just let them go at the end of that game and hit that game winner is just absolutely electric. Love it, love it, love it. KCP got kind of banged up in this one, so we'll kind of ignore the negative stat line. Hopefully he's better. He's got until Saturday to rest. Jokic did Jokic things. He missed a lot of bunnies in this one, but I'm willing to bet that he'll eventually figure that out because he's Nikola Jokic, but he had 20 rebounds and 9 assists nonetheless. He had a lot of turnovers, and a lot of them were really stupid turnovers where they were full court passes that just didn't materialize. Those plays were a lot harder to execute in the playoffs than in like the regular season, so just an off night. I'm not going to think too much about it. Aaron Gordon was just doing his thing of being really, really tough out there and bringing the ball up and initiating offense. Sometimes that was really cool. And then Michael, never swing the rock, Porter Jr., just catch, shoot, butter. 8 for 12, 5 for 7 from 3, 5 for 6 from the free throw line. 1 assist. Can we see what the assist was? What do we got here? Here's the assist. So he didn't shoot the ball there, and he hits a backdoor for a jam. Shout out Michael Porter Jr. Yeah, Michael, never start swinging the rock, man. Just keep shooting the basketball. We love to see it. But yeah, no, like the ability of Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. just to step up and turn into all-star level players, and like they're not even like doing things that are like all-star level like scoring. They're just playing so well within a system that they appear to be like all-stars. I'm not trying to take away from their talent. They're incredibly talented, but it's such good basketball to watch. But talking about their bench, like we need to be concerned about this Nuggets bench because they're not doing anything. Like Reggie Jackson finally had like a solid game, so shout out Reggie Jackson. Like I know 3 for 8 isn't like anything to write home about, but like he was out there and he was really contributing in that game, like especially on the defensive end, so that was awesome. But like Justin Holiday, not doing anything out there. Peyton Watson basically just out there being like 6'8" and athletic, which is valuable, but not doing much else outside of just like getting a transition dunk and playing some defense. So got to figure that out. And Christian Braun didn't hit a 3 this entire series. Christian Braun needs to be better. You look at the rest of the bench and wonder like maybe who could come in. Like I'm going to be curious to see like if like a DeAndre Jordan, a Zeke Naji, probably more so a Zeke Naji, get some minutes in the next series. And I'll probably put a video out today previewing the Timberwolves Nuggets series. But are we going to see one of these guys to try and combat the size? Because what happens when like Naz Reid is still in the game and you don't have like Jokic in or something? Like what's going to happen here? Like Julian Strother's probably the only other one you consider putting in. But yeah, no, it's they got to do something about this bench, man. But shout out Denver. They got the job done and everything. Very, very awesome. Super entertaining game. Jamal Murray's just a blast. Oklahoma City Thunder down the Pelicans. And just like that, the Pelicans got swept. The 1 seed beats 8 seed without best player. That's the headline right there. So take that as you will. Like that's probably what should have happened, and it happened. Just to talk about the Thunder quick, like Shea did his thing as always. Was absolutely just cooking people in isolation. Like if you watch his highlights, you're like, wow, this guy's like the best player in the NBA, right? Because there's just nobody can stay in front of him or whatever. Like at the end, it wasn't the most efficient game for him, like scoring wise, but it's whenever he really needed a bucket, man, he just went and got you a bucket, and I just love it. He also had 10 rebounds. It's just a complete game from an MVP candidate. You love to see it. Josh Giddey was electric down the end, just started hitting threes. So if Josh Giddey's going to start hitting threes now, because hey, people are going to keep leaving him open. Like I'm going to assume that's not going to change because they have to guard everybody else, right? In this like drive and cut offense. He's hitting. That's just huge for them. Obviously making great passes as always. Played the pick and roll really well. Played in transition well. Chet Holmgren played in transition really well too. And just his 3-pointer wasn't falling today, but he was contributing in other ways, right? Especially like because he didn't have any blocks. He was a big like deterrent of shots. People were getting close to the rim, they saw him there, and they take a bad shot and they miss it, right? So those are the things that don't show up on the stat sheet necessarily, at least the basic box score. And he was really impactful in this one. He was fighting for rebounds too. Like I really liked seeing him really try to be physical and take those balls away from like Valanciunas and Nance. Jalen Williams looks like an absolute all-star, like even on the defensive end, like just him like getting steals from like blind sides and stuff, and like just getting out in transition and being able to finish like any angle at the rim. On offense, he's hitting threes right now. Like he's getting to the hoop. He's stopping on a dime and hitting pull-ups. Like this guy's going to be an all-star. He's so good. Him and Shea, just absolutely electric. Combine that with Chet, Dort, Giddey. This is a really tough team. And then Dort, like y'all need to step up and guard Dort. Well, I feel like people look at him and presume he's not a shooter. This boy's a shooter. Step up and guard him. The Pelicans didn't guard him the whole series. It was so annoying to me. And also just like nice effort plays from a guy that's only like 6'4", 6'5", kind of playing like the forward spot, like just jumping up and grabbing some tough rebounds, man. Because this is a team that needs to kind of do gang rebounding, and that's really what they did. Looking at the bench, like Isaiah Joe was awesome as always. Jalen Williams is getting more and more impressive as he goes. Like he's never going to be a great rebounding or scoring threat, but just out there playing his game. Gordon Hayward should probably actually be more aggressive than what he is. He passed up on like a shot when he had like Jose Alvarado on him last night, so probably needs to take that one. Cason Wallace looks awesome defensively, and Aaron Wiggins just keeps sliding up the rotation, man. Really cool to see. Alrighty, New Orleans Pelicans. This was tough. You guys played hard in this game. You really did. I do have to ask for coaching a little bit here, because the game plan didn't feel like it changed like at all in between the games. It felt like it was like, well, hopefully CJ and Brandon Ingram can just cook people in isolation. Then if not, Trey or Herb will shoot a 3 at the end and make it. And like, it's what I was saying the whole series and this whole playoff stretch. And like, maybe Brandon Ingram's playing a little bit hurt, but I'm like, he's got no separation at all. Like, he's just been making tough shots. I'm like, he's not necessarily playing good offense. Like, obviously you make the shot. It's a miss or make shot league. But I was like, if people just keep staying on him, eventually he's not going to keep hitting all these shots, right? And that's what happened tonight. I'm like, got no separation again, didn't hit any of the shots. It looked really gross out there. Like, it's, I don't know what to do with it, because he just created no separation at all. So Brandon Ingram, it was rough. I'm just going to presume he wasn't healthy, and we'll leave it at that. Trey Murphy was just kind of chucking in this one, felt like trying to save the team, but I love the hustle as always. He was really crashing the boards hard. Love to see it. We should note, like, the team didn't like take care of the ball at all, and especially in an elimination game, that's just really like poor to see, unfortunately. And you know, this is an 8 seed playing without their best player again. It's tough, and they're nervous. They're a younger team in themselves, but like, how many guys had like multiple turnovers like that? So we had 4 turnovers from Trey, 3 from Valanciunas, 3 from Herb, 3 from CJ. Yeah, no, that's just too many. That's too many turnovers between those guys. So you wish they would have taken care of the ball a little bit better. Glad Valanciunas got his shots around the rim. Still didn't convert nearly enough of them. Still took a few too many mid-rangers and stuff than I'd like. But, you know, they just didn't decide to make it a point of emphasis to have him touch the paint when there's no, like, size on this team outside of Chet. But he weighs like 70 pounds less. So I don't know, man. I'm just doing basic math out here, but I wish we would have seen that. Glad CJ McCollum showed up in this game. He still looked like he was asleep at times, especially in the playmaking side, where like he was just making like bad passes and had a couple turnovers and just wasn't paying attention defensively at times. So that kind of sucked. But offensively, it was nice to see him dance a couple more times. Don't know how much longer he'll be doing stuff like that, just because he's getting older. So that's always fun to see. But Najee Marshall played too many minutes. He played a good game, like, for them, but I still just say, like, they threw Jordan Hawkins in for a little bit, and they went on like a little run in that like 4 minutes. I was like, oh my god, they're doing it. What have I been saying? Put Jordan Hawkins in the game. And then they never put him back in the game. Like, you needed offense that, like, this. So get this. I saw this stat. So the Pelicans only scored under 92 points like 3 times the whole NBA season, and it all happened in this series. You guys couldn't score the whole series, and you've had this little like electric like rookie that can just go out there and play offense. I know he didn't make any of his shots, but he was causing things to happen, and they should have had Jordan Hawkins in the game more. They should have played him more. Najee Marshall didn't need all those minutes. You had plenty of wings to go to. Should have played Jordan Hawkins. We'll do a Pelicans ideal offseason today. Like, I'll get that video out to you guys. Like, I'm not doing a Lakers one just because I already did that one. So we'll do one for the Pelicans, and we'll kind of evaluate this roster and see where it needs to go and everything. But I promise you, one thing we'll do is we'll make sure Jordan Hawkins has like an actual role on this team next year, because he's tough. But yeah, no, OKC moving on to play either Dallas or the Clippers. No idea who's going to win that series. Like, I'd like to think Dallas, but I don't know, because Jason Kidd likes to not play his better players sometimes, and I can't predict when that's going to happen. Alrighty, Celtics Heat. I only watched a half of this one because I just knew it was over from the beginning. As soon as I saw Derek White just hitting 3 after 3 after 3 after 3, I was like, okay, yep, nope, Heat aren't winning this one. Not going to happen. And apparently Bam, like, threw like a sucker punch or something. I don't know. He got teed up at one point in this game. What I did watch from like the first half, like, the Heat were going to Bam a lot, and that's good. That's what they should do. They should try to exploit that, try to get fouls on KP and stuff because he's important. KP obviously went out of the game himself because of injury. He did tweet later that he's doing good, so hopefully that's the case. But Bam was doing a good job of, like, he took like maybe a few too many mid-rangers that he settled for, but he was making them. But he was also like actually getting into the chest of KP and going up and over him. That was awesome. It felt weird that they didn't go to Jovic a little bit more because I felt like he was really a bright spot for them in the series. It just felt like they kind of were like taking him out of the game a little too early there and not letting him get going. Tyler Hero tried to do his impersonation of a point guard. Again, didn't quite materialize this time. Yeah, 5 turnovers, 4 assists. Not going to get the job done. I just don't think Tyler Hero is going to be a ball handling like guard type. Not to say that he maybe can't get there. I just don't personally see it. So maybe that's something that the Heat say is not a way they want to develop the team, and they just need to have more depth at point guard to go to. And that's why they played DeLon Wright so many minutes in this game, right? So I don't know. It's just going to be something they have to talk about in the offseason, is making sure they have enough guards on the team to be impactful and everything. But I shouldn't say the offseason, right? Like I'm presuming this series is over, in all honesty, just because like they're just like so depleted at this point. No Jimmy Butler, no Terry Rozier. Like, where is like Terry Rozier? Like, is he not back by now? Fair enough. They made the injury sound like it wasn't that bad, but inevitably it was. But no, Celtics played really good defense in this one. Like, Drew Holiday was just all over the guards of the Miami Heat, and honestly, he got called for a couple fouls that I thought were kind of stupid in all actuality, but is what it is. Jason Tatum hit some tough shots. Jaylen Brown hit some tough shots. Same old story. Shout out Peyton Pritchard. Like, Jaylen Brown gave him like 3 horrible passes that resulted in like some turnovers and stuff like that, or like bad shots that like it all happened in like the second quarter or something. And Peyton Pritchard was like, bro, stop passing it to me when there's like 3 people around. Like, what are you doing? And I don't know. It was just a whole thing. But yeah, Al Horford stepped up, played some good minutes for them. Love to see it. I'm sure he's hoping he doesn't have to do that in the next series, though. But yeah, that's all I got for this one. Celtics just were better, and they're not going to lose if Derek White goes off for 38 points. It's just not going to happen. So we'll see what happens with this one. I'd like to think that the Celtics are just going to put them away, but the Celtics have always had this thing where they can't just like put teams away or anything. So maybe this is a good test. Like, hey, can you just put a team away that's a far less talented than you, and we can just move on with this series? Obviously, Porzingis probably not going to be around for the next game, I would presume, but that doesn't mean that the Celtics still can't like beat their brains in. But yeah, that's it for today. Love it as always. Fun playoffs. Probably 2 other videos coming out today. We'll do a season or a series preview of Denver, Minnesota, which that's going to be an awesome series in itself. And then we'll do like a Pelicans ideal off season or something. So if you guys could subscribe, like, leave a comment. I've responded to every comment on my channel so far, so make sure you leave one for me. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.